Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at the weirdest favor someone has asked for. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. Coworker asked me to help him bury a body. Turns out his grandfather was to be buried on their farm and I was the only guy he knew who can use the backhoe. Even weirder, his grandfather wasn't dead yet, and not only was he walking around and talking, he brought us out iced tea and Diet Coke while we dug his grave. He died like 5 days later. What did I just read? Did the grandpa know he was gonna die? Like, what happened? Yo. What? I'm so confuzzled. Oh wait, it says the doctor gave the grandpa a month to live. I can't imagine what that feels like though. You know, your grandson is just talking about digging you a grave and you're out there, you know, giving them a drink. Thanks guys for digging my grave. I guess if you're like at that age, like 80 or something, you just don't care anymore. Not something a friend asked of me, but something a friend offered to help with. Had a lingering smell of rotten sewage in the house. Was a bit short on money at the time, so I called a buddy who can fix anything to see if he could figure it out. He identifies the issue right away and crawls under my house to find a previous owner used Drano and must have not done a proper flush, so he ate away the main sewer pipe. At least 6 months of poop, piss and food was built up that was probably 4 inches deep. Ugh. He went to his truck to put on his boiler suit and crawled through my girlfriend's and my poop for 2 hours replacing the rotted pipe. I was down there with him trying to help however I could, but he pretty much did the repair solo. Every time he encountered a thick chunk of poo, he would yell up through the crawl hole that my girlfriend should ease off on the corn. That's funny. Didn't faze him one bit and he wouldn't accept any form of payment even though I insisted I had to repay him somehow. Best friend I've ever had. This isn't the only example I could give about how great of a friend he is, but definitely the wildest. Dan the man, you the real MVP if you ever see this. Dan the man, I love it. Walked in on my boss in the men's room. He pleaded with me to help detach his sack from his zipper. I got him free. So much blood. We never spoke of it again. How, oh my gosh, I guess this happens to men sometimes. You just zip up your balls somehow. Ooh, that's kind of scary. Jeez, that must hurt. Ugh. My best friend is a huge guy. He's 6'9" and 250 pounds, but he's incredibly scared of ghosts, and he believes there's ghosts in his house, even though I've assured him numerous times there are not. Every time he has to go in his basement, he calls me to come to his house. He lives alone. To go into his basement with him while he does whatever he needs to go down there, like getting stuff out of storage, flipping an electrical breaker, etc. Even if he only has to go down there for a minute or two. We're in our 20s, and as funny as I think it is, every time he calls me to come with him to his basement, I always show up anyways because that's what friends are for. You would never think such a huge man would be so deathly scared to go in his basement alone, but I love him to death regardless. That's cute, man. That's adorable. What a good friend. The fact that the huge guy would just call them whenever and they would be like, hey, can you come over right now? I'm about to go in my basement. And their friend is like, sure thing, coming right now. I was friends with a girl through junior high and high school. We called one another best friends, but in truth, she was just a bad person and a worse friend. We drifted apart as you do after we graduated as I went to college, and she made other choices. One day out of the blue, she called me and invited me to meet her for lunch to catch up and blah blah blah. As we're eating lunch, she tells me a fun story about an awesome party she and her new friend group were at. Oh, and by the way, would I be her alibi for that night because they'd managed to burn down the house they were partying at, which they'd illegally entered in the first place? Huh? I refused to get involved and told her while I wouldn't volunteer any information, I also would not lie to any official that asked me outright about anything to do with that incident. She wasn't happy with me, but no officials ever came to me with questions. She and I had even less to do with one another after that. Oh, and I paid for lunch. Oh my gosh, these kind of friends are the worst. They only call you when they need something, okay? Hate those friends. I mean, they're mosquitoes, okay? Hate those mosquitoes, all right? These kind of people are mosquitoes. Okay? They just leech off of you and suck you until you're dry, okay? Mosquitos. He wanted me to buy a house so that he and his newly knocked up girlfriend could have a place to live together for free. I had a hard enough time paying for my apartment. I have no idea why he thought I had the money to buy a freaking house. He didn't ask just once neither. He would send me the house listings all the time and try to schedule tours. I think he truly believed I just needed to see some houses in person in order to be convinced. He stopped speaking to me after I moved out of state and didn't invite them to join me. I have absolutely no remorse. I'm so shocked, honestly. Hey, can you buy a house for me just so me and my girl can live in it? You have a lot of money, right? Like, even if someone does have a lot of money, why would you ask them that? You know, that's such a shameless thing to say. I became friends with a female coworker as I was dating a guy who was friends with her boyfriend at the time. She had this weird thing about not peeping around him, to the point when they eventually did long distance, she would visit him for the weekend and hold it in the entire time. We planned a trip together and shared a hotel room with all four of us. While her and I were getting ready to go out, she pulled me aside and told me she had to poop so bad but didn't want to be in the bathroom alone because everyone would know she was pooping. She asked me to stay in the bathroom with her while she took a poop so it would just seem like we were doing our makeup. I kid you not, that stank so bad that I'm 100% sure the guy smelled it in the room anyways, and we both just looked like weirdos who pooped together. Why don't guys have a problem with this, man? You know? Guys love fighting in front of their girlfriends or friends. Like, why don't guys feel like this? You know, sometimes I wish guys were like this. Sometimes I wish guys just never did the things that they did. I feel like pooping around someone is way better than fighting in front of someone's face, you know? Like, for sure. It's not like they're in the bathroom with you while you're pooping, right? All you gotta do is blast some music, take a poop, flush, put down the lid, just spray something, you know, so it smells good again, open all the windows, and you're good. You're good. I walked past my brother at somebody's house and he leans over and says, "Gently step on the purple pig." I was like, what? And kept walking. Then I see this little rubber pig laying in the dirt, so I gently stepped on it like he said, and it made this delightful little snort. So I chuckled and kept walking. That's so cute. I have one of these pigs too. For Coco, she always plays with it. It makes a funny snort. I like it. Several years ago, a friend asked me to help him move his ex-wife's stuff out of the barracks he was living in. According to him, she had gone missing a few months prior without any notice and just vanished. He would have normally been able to empty her stuff out by himself, but he had a broken ankle and arm from a personal accident. So I and another friend accepted his request for help. While moving her stuff, what we saw when we opened up the trunk of his car, he was still inside due to his injuries, made us both stop, take a pause, re-evaluating the missing wife story he told us. Inside the trunk was rope, duct tape, gloves, garbage bags, and 4 one-gallon containers of barbecue sauce. My buddy turned to me and asks playfully, but with a hint of seriousness, "Hey man, did Jacob eat his wife?" We finished packing the car awkwardly. We had to pull him aside later and ask him what the F. His response, "I just like barbecue sauce." His wife showed up several weeks later. Turns out she ran off with a person she met while playing World of Warcraft. People are weird. What the frick, man? Oh my gosh. Wow, the wife is messed up. And I guess he just likes barbecue sauce. At least he's not messed up like his wife. I hope not. I hope the rope and duct tape and gloves and garbage bags had nothing to do with anything. Serious talk. What normal thing would you be doing or hobby where you would need this? Gardening. Sometimes when you're gardening, you need to pull a lot of weeds out. Neighbour asked if they could put a dead rat in our bin because they didn't want to put it in this. I hate these kind of neighbours, yo. Dude, I have a neighbour who keeps using my freaking bin. And I never say anything because, like, why would I, right? I'm so timid. I can't be like, "Hey, yo, stop using my freaking bin. Just pull your freaking bin out. Stop being so lazy." Yeah, I can't say that. They never use their own bin because they're too lazy to pull it out when it's rubbish day. And it's just annoying when you go to fill your own bin and it's freaking full. And you can't even like put it back in their bin because their bin is like way to the back of their house and they don't even pull it out. Totally speaking to you. You know who you are. My cousin had locked his keys in his car and it would cost too much to get someone to open the car, so he asked me to break into his car and steal his keys because the insurance of getting a window fixed would have been cheaper. Oh, really? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!